We're in Trendeal, which is about half a mile outside of Ladock. We're about midway between the north coast and the south coast, about 8 miles from Truro. I'm a retired physio, but I work for Low Carbon Ladock in a voluntary capacity. We're an industrial provident charity. We're trying to help people in the area who are in fuel poverty. We've got a project for a wind turbine locally, and the advantages to the community can be substantial. It can generate for us a lot of money, which we will spend all of it in the community. There's a lot of people against, and I think there's a lot of fear involved. I think they're afraid that it's going to give them headaches and make their knees painful, or that the value of their property is going to reduce. Whereas none of these things have been substantiated in fact. There's a lot of myths involved in what it means to have a wind turbine. Ours has been rejected. There was a very vocal minority. They objected to the one wind turbine that was going to be of benefit to the community, but they haven't voiced any dissent whatsoever to local farmers who've applied for planning permission for wind turbines in that time. And half a dozen private ones have gone up. No problem at all, nobody's minded about that at all. But the community one, well, there's been a lot of dissent in the village and a lot of people not talking to each other.
I'm Jenny Quee. I'm retired. I worked for British Telecom in purchasing policy and various things like that. And for a short while after I left, I ran a small plant nursery. I have been always very involved in various projects since retiring, and one of those was the Low Carbon Ladock project, which is about sustainable energy in our parish here in Cornwall. On the subject of wind turbines, it's certainly true that Cornwall does have more than its fair share, for obvious reasons. It's got a lot of coast and a lot of wind, and you get very mixed views. Some people think it's better if there are larger wind farms rather than just one-off, where it seems to be stuck in the middle of a pristine piece of countryside. And so that has been in the parish a contentious issue over the last 12 months, whether a community wind turbine is the right way to go to earn more money for the project so that it can be recycled in the community.
Many people are ambivalent towards it and don't mind if it goes up or not. All the returns from that will go back into the community on further projects, not just energy saving projects, but just projects on improving our community. We've been talking about planting orchards, improving public areas, helping out the parish council as the local authorities' money dries up. But we've had quite a small vociferous group who are very, very much against it, and really for only aesthetic reasons. Now, I'm not saying they're wrong, but they're against it because they will be able to see it from their property, and that's good enough reason for them. Because it's the village pub, everybody is welcome, and I had to make it clear from the beginning that as a subject it could be discussed. But if anybody lost a temper, if anybody became rude, there it stopped and there they left.
There's also quite a big debate in Cornwall at the moment because there have been a number of very large solar farms set up, several of them quite near here. And there the debate lies on whether the land that's being used is appropriate to be used, because it's all good farmland for the most part. And so people are very torn about that, because whilst we want to use the solar energy, shouldn't this land be better used for food production in circumstances where we want to produce locally as much as we possibly can?